evening. The mainland's economic growth regained speed in the fourth quarter as the nation pulled out of a downturn that produced the slowest annual growth in 13 years. Gross domestic product rose 7.9% from October to December compared with the same quarter last year, beating growth estimates of 7.8% and 7.4% in the third quarter. Full-year growth of 7.8% was ahead of the 7.7% forecast, comfortably beating Beijing's 7.5% target, which seemed to be in jeopardy just several months ago. However, it was the first time since 1999 that annual growth slipped below 8%. The figures were well received by markets and economists, who said Beijing's mixed pro-growth policies have gained enough traction to drive a rebound without triggering more inflationary concerns. Let's take a look at other economic indicators Beijing released. December retail sales jumped more than 15% from a year earlier, ahead of estimates and November's 14.9% increase. Sales rose 14.3% the entire year to 20.7 trillion yuan. Industrial production increased for a fourth consecutive month in December to 10.3%, higher than forecasts and November's 10.1%. But at 10% growth for the year, factory output declined 3.9 percentage points from 2011. Fixed asset investment rose 20.6% year-on-year to 36.5 trillion yuan in 2012, down 3.4 percentage points from a year earlier. HSBC is optimistic the mainland economy can grow 8% or more this year.
China is still at most in the halfway of more urbanization process. So urbanization, as long as the process continues, it will basically serve as a key driver for growth. So in a nutshell, we think that the growth rate probably slow from 10% in the past towards around 8%. But I don't think the rates for the slow much lower than that.
In mainland trade, Shanghai A gained 1.4%, Shenzhen A up 1.5%. Local stocks snapped a three-day losing streak to close at their highest in nearly 20 months. Investor optimism surged after data showed the mainland economy rebounded last quarter. The Hang Seng Index added 262 points or 1.1% to 23,601. Turnover came in above $79 billion. The benchmark rose 1.5% on the week.
The market is buoyed by two major pieces of news. One is that China's economic growth recovered in the fourth quarter. And the other piece of news came from the U.S. First time unemployment claim fell to a multi-year low. So that signaled really a strong economic recovery. The market has enough strength to challenge 24,000 in the short term.
Mainland financials spearheaded today's gains, leading the Charteris Bank of China, surging 2.5% to a 52-week closing high of $3.77. Industrial and Commercial Bank of China and China Construction Bank both jumped 1.5% or more to also close at one-year highs. Resource plays hopped on the bandwagon, with CNOOC and PetroChina gaining more than 2% each. Macau gaming stocks jumped, following JP Morgan's bullish view of the sector. MGM and Galaxy Entertainment both ended more than 3% higher. Cathay Pacific added 3.4% to $15.42 as the biggest blue-chip gainer, after the local carrier announced an increase in passenger traffic last year. Among the most actives, Tracker Fund rose 25 cents, China Mobile gained $1, Tencent surged $3. Markets across the region were higher. Sparkling U.S. economic data drove Wall Street to a fresh 5-year high, with the Dow Jones and Nasdaq logging their second-best day of gains this year, Chi-Ching Li reports.
U.S. investor sentiment got a big lift after new claims for jobless benefits dropped to a 5-year low last week, and December housing starts were the highest since June 2008. But the world's largest economy was not firing on all cylinders, with a surprise drop in manufacturing activity in mid-Atlantic states this month, following a brief pickup in December. Gains were also tempered by big financials. Lower than expected fourth quarter results saw Bank of America down 4.2%, while Citigroup fell 2.9%. Investment manager BlackRock gained 4.4% after announcing a surge in fourth quarter net income, beating forecast. Intel closed up 2.6% after the chip maker forecast better than expected first quarter gross margins. Boeing gained 1.2% after reports indicated a faulty battery was the cause of a recent spate of electrical issues with its Dreamliner 787 jet. The Dow moved up 84 points to 13,596. The S&P 500 index gained 8 points to 1,418, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq rose 18 to 3,136. Chiheng Li, TVB News.
Hong Kong dollar exchange rates: 12.35 to the pound sterling, 8.63 to 100 yen, $100 to 80.16 renminbi, the Canadian dollar at 7.82, the Australian dollar at 8.13, the New Zealand dollar at 6.46, and the euro at 10.34. That's Friday night's financial report. Thanks for watching and have a nice weekend.
You're watching TVB Pearl.